What's up, everybody? Welcome into Just Talking Ball. It is, what is today? November 5th, 2025. It's Wednesday night. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name's TJ Weber. We got Big Web also with us from, I can't get the cameras right so far. Big Web, how we doing, man? All the way from St. Louis, Missouri.
I'm good, buddy. I'm good. It's hump day, and I'm excited. Well, we'll get into it, but Big Web has hit rock bottom on his picks. It's on the way up now. We've already been down.
I know,
now it's time to go up for next week. And let me tell you something. Vegas, remember how we said that the casinos are made of marble for one reason?
Yeah.
They made some money last week, buddy. I'll tell you something.
They did.
They made some money. It was every game. It was very few games that were predictable, right?
No doubt. And the thing was, I went 7-0 on the picks. I mean, it was very impressive. I was talking my shit, but then I didn't win one parlay last week. And that just shows you how it goes. Like, I don't always bet all the picks because Tolly kind of picks the games and we pick them. And, you want to trust those picks, but it's not always games you love. So I threw out games I loved and it didn't work out. So what are you going to do?
Well, you got to be happy about that, though, because Tolly, every week he tries to pick the best matchups, and which sometimes doesn't lead to good wins because it's difficult. It's the seven toughest. Well, we make two of them, but it's the five toughest games on the card.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, it's one of those things where we've been close. Again, we missed by one leg on the unfaithful last week. Nick's under was so bad that it ended up becoming the highest scoring game of the season, over 90 points, Bears and Bengals, so that was crazy. Here's what sucks the most about it, and I'm going to bring this up on Sunday, because I'm going to blame him. You always got to blame the other guy that brings it up, right, even though I agreed with it. And I noticed that we were set in stone with a winning parlay. Like, I looked it up, and we were there. The other pick that he poo-pooed was Atlanta, which was Zook's, and if we would have kept the original parlay and not had him chime in with that under, we would have hit. Yeah, that sucked.
Gotcha. Wow, so. and all the shit he was slinging at Zook, firing him off the panel, and all that,
yeah.
So it'll be an interesting Sunday, that's for sure.
Yeah, to say the least. And that's the thing is, I mean, you can't talk your shit and then pull out probably the worst play of the season. So it's going to get good because I mentioned there's some storylines. You can see the standings top left on YouTube. I'm up by 5 games. Tolly's back 20. And also Big Web, I mean, something we've, you always give me props for adding things to the studio. And we have actually added a new little shot. Look at that. We got some banners hanging up here in the rafters.
God, I feel like I'm at an arena. I feel like I'm in Boston Garden where they hang all the championship banners. It's beautiful.
How cool is that? I just had an idea. I'm like, we have something that you take whenever you sign the board. It's one of those things where it's a punishment. This one over here, but we got to have something for the winners. And sure enough, I said I think the banners are a great idea, so I hung them up in the studio and they're here to stay. So I'm excited, and I hope I'm become the first back-to-back champion. That'd be ideal.
Well, maybe I can become that too. I'm not out of this yet.
Well, you can't be back-to-back though. To be fair.
Oh, back-to-back. I understand.
But you can win too. Yes, correct. You can win too, but not back-to-back.
Right.
But, yeah.
No,
anyway.
Somebody's got to tie Zook. You can't have too many Z's up there for crime.
I know. Yeah, Zook's leading the way. He's looking for his 3rd championship. Nick, the only one up here without a championship, which is very fun for me. So we'll be bringing that up on Sunday as well. You guys get involved here on YouTube or on TikTok. We are From the 50, the Average Joe football show. We've been doing this since 2018. We've really ramped it up the last couple years, and we appreciate all of the insight and all the fun BS back and forth, especially from the TikTok audience. We really love talking football with everybody. And I would say this is like, we know our stuff as much as like any real football fan does, but we don't take ourselves too seriously. We make fun of each other. We give everybody shit. So we want you to do the same. So hop in with the conversation on TikTok or on YouTube. Let's see. Peyton says, should I go Loveland, Theo, or Hawkinson? Ferguson is on bye this week. So Loveland had a monster play at the end of the game, 50-yard touchdown, which boosted his fantasy numbers. But Big Web, I'm pretty sure Cole Kmet is out for a bit. Theo, I believe, is Theo. I can't remember. Theo Is it Johnson? I can't think of his last name. The Giants tight end, who Jackson Dart's been all over this season. And then T.J. Hawkinson. I'm not high on Hawkinson at all. And if I had
he dropped one last week, I think he dropped an easy catch last week. But I'll tell you that Loveland showed me a little bit. Obviously, with his big play there that you just mentioned, but that guy going into that game, he only had like 8 targets or 8 catches or something like that for the year. And,
right.
And he really showed something. So maybe that kid's catching fire.
And they are playing against each other, too. It's in Chicago. The Bears defense hasn't shown much. You saw what Cincinnati was able to do against them. So I probably would go with, I guess I'd go with Colston Loveland in this spot against the Giants. Just because Theo Johnson's had a couple big weeks, I feel like he's not as consistent. And again, the only reason I'm saying it is because Kmet's hurt. I think that's a good play for the Bears. But
more targets, sure. No, makes sense.
That's kind of my thought process on that. So that's where I would go. Gus says, would you trade Brees and T. Higgins for Dowdle? So we'll get to this Jets here in a second. Just to answer the question, I probably would, because Carolina has kind of decided that Dowdle's the guy. It took them long enough. I think Hubbard's like the official number 2 now because Dowdle's just having a season. T. Higgins I don't trust, and Brees Hall, like I have him on fantasy myself. He had a breakout game before the bye week, but he's not proven either. I'd probably go get Dowdle, Big Web. Is that too much to give up, you think?
I don't think so. I agree with you on where you think those other 2 players stand, and also Carolina is taking a step up, and why not ride that right now? I mean, they're eyeing up the division. It's crazy to say, but they are. They're eyeing up the division. So, yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah, I think I would too. Take a shot on Rico and them. I mean, their offense is not that good. They're 5-4, so they need to win games, and I think they want him to control it and give him a million touches. So, yeah, I'd say you're nuts beginning of the season. Maybe ask for another wide receiver too, since you're giving up T and Brees. Man, they're big names at the beginning of the season, but you can't, poo-poo what Dowdle's done. So maybe get another second receiver or third receiver just to spice it up a little bit. The Jets are the big story, Big Web. Trade deadline. They went crazy. Yeah. They traded Quinnen Williams, their standout D tackle, to the Cowboys for a first-round pick, and I don't know what else they got. And then I believe they traded Sauce Gardner for 2 first-round picks to Indianapolis. So in the next 2 years of drafts, they have 2 picks 1 year and 3 picks another year. I mean, absolutely insanity.
Right, and Aaron Glenn made the statement, and he's right, because let's put it this way: the Jets fans, everybody's in a damn hurry. They want to win now, but you got to think a little bit and do some things right and stack up the resources, which is what he's doing. He said, we're building something that you're going to be proud of for the future, and good for him because he had to give up some pieces to get these picks, and now they need to use the picks wisely and get some guys playing time and get some experience going and figure out their ball club and who they want to keep and who they want to send down the road so they can improve up there finally. We're frustrated at times as NFL fans. I can't imagine being a Jets fan.
Oh, no way.
It'd just be disgusting. So good for him. And then on the other side of that, Jerry Jones, he's such a cocky son of a bitch. This guy doesn't want to be wrong, right? He doesn't want to be wrong about Michael Parsons. So he gets a defensive lineman. He gets another.
I'm sorry, you say
Michael
Parsons? Is that what you said?
Micah.
Okay, I was making sure. Just making sure.
Something wrong with this. Check.
You've had a history of saying wrong names. I just had to ask.
That was the first one ever. So Micah. Yeah. So, but Jerry Jones he never wants to be wrong. So he just, now he's got 2 defensive linemen. He just got a linebacker now from Cincinnati, and he's trying to make everything up and pissing away picks already just so he looks good, and that guy's a
Jerry Goff.
Yeah, you never get names wrong. I got a whole list here if you want to go through some of them.
Well, I'll let me tell you something. When I do say somebody's name wrong, they go crazy. Jerry Goff, if you remember that game, as soon as I called him Jerry at the end of the game, you guys said he's going to be Jerry forever now because he
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom. What a weapon. Taysom.
That was the OG. That was the OG. Still playing ball. This guy still playing ball. Listen, what I was shocked about is I think Indianapolis made a mistake, and I don't mean that Sauce Gardner can't be a stud, but 2 first-round picks for him. I mean, the Jets. Like someone mentioned it, like maybe it's where he is, but Sauce Gardner's a great corner, but he's not like elite. I mean, he hasn't shown it.
That seemed very fat. Didn't they give up a wide receiver too that they weren't really using?
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I just know the 2 first-round picks were what really stood out, and I just thought that was crazy. I mean, Indy's going for it. They showed I wouldn't say their true colors. They had a really bad down game last week. I think I knew Daniel Jones would have some kind of slide at some point. I do want to tip my cap to myself because I did take the Steelers last week. And the thing is, the Colts are a fun little story right now. That's the best way I can describe them. But they're not going to win anything big because Daniel Jones is not a big-time quarterback. He's just not. And it doesn't matter. You take him out of New York. We talked about how good he's been playing. I get it. But I'll give you a little example, Big Web. You know how we compared him to Sam Darnold, how Sam, was with the Jets, and then when he had a great turnaround after going to Carolina, he sucked, and then he turned it around when he went to Minnesota, and, he was great. They had this whole run. I mean, the Lions and the Vikings all year long last year going for the division, for the number 1 seed in the NFC. And what happens when the lights are brightest on him? I mean, he just absolutely shits the bed. And all the Lions had to do was send pressure against them in the Week 18 finale to decide number 1 overall seed. And they lost that game. And then they make the playoffs as the last wild card instead of the number 1 seed, which was a crazy scenario. And they get beat in the first round. So Daniel Jones, to me, is the same exact thing. Now, it's a little early, maybe not as fair. But to me, I think there's a lot of hype going towards him that he has deserved in a way, but as far as big-time quarterback, I mean, like let's not forget who we're talking about here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Daniel Jones, he was unhuman for the first 6 weeks of the league, maybe 7 or 8. But I mean, the guy, he's human now, and he came back to it. But when you really look at their schedule, did they really play that many tough teams? Now it's going to be interesting because they got a couple teams on their schedule that are coming up that are pretty difficult. But the team in general, though, the team that he's got around him, and which I think is why he's starring right now not this week, but before that, is because he's got some weapons everywhere and he's got some protection, and he's not used to that. That ball club last week gave up 5 turnovers by himself. And they also had a turnover on special teams. That's 6 turnovers, and they ended up just losing the game by a touchdown, Yeah. So, I mean, hell of a fight Indy put up on a real crap day for them. But yeah, he showed he's not Superman. And on the other hand, Darnold's showing that he is kind of Superman right now. He's proven it for the money he's making. But no, by the way, that receiver is Mitchell that they gave up back to for Sauce on that thing. So, but they weren't really using Mitchell. So, but anyway, Indy's got a hell of a year going. I think they can keep it up. But my God, Jones has got to take care of football, for Christ's sake.
Billy Hoare is in the chat once again.
Billy.
He's asking how much have we made on the Ravens so far. So Big Web and I started that last week. We were victorious, so I know the writing's kind of small there. We started with 100. We profited $22, so we're up to 122. And this week, because the only good thing about the Lions beating the Vikings is the fact that I think it helped our odds. Or I'm sorry, the Vikings beating the Lions last week is it helped our odds in this bet where we are taking 122 Ravens money line. And it's minus 190 is what we got. Minus 190, which is a lot better than 450 Big Web that we had last week. So I think this could be
great. Great move on your part because I checked the line before the show. Minus 225.
Wow. Yeah, it went up. It was 210 this morning, so it's still moving in that direction. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's why I think early on, if we find a good number, you always take a risk when it's injuries and stuff, but for our challenge type of bets, it doesn't really matter. We're going to bet it anyway. We said we would. Right. So I like taking it early.
And Billy, appreciate you following us on that, man. It's going to be a fun bet because, like I told TJ, at minus 190, we're going to be 180 something if we can hit this week. It's just money line. If we can hit this week, we'll almost be double our money in 2 weeks. So not too bad so far, buddy.
For sure. From the50.com, if you guys want to check out the website, we are live every Sunday during the NFL season from 9:30 a.m. Central all the way up until 11, talking fantasy football, talking our parlays, getting you ready for the week that is coming up for football season. We've done this since 2018. Love doing our live Sunday show. We're live on TikTok and YouTube every football Sunday, and then also Just Talking Ball on Wednesday nights with me and Big Web during the season and the off season. We'll also keep it going with myself doing a little bit of everything, talking about obviously any moves that go on, but mainly having some fun, talking football trivia and keeping it light. But the good thing is we still have a lot of football left to go for this season, so we don't have to worry about off-season content just yet. So only week 10, we get plenty of it. Yeah.
Speaking of moves, TJ, so I need to get your thoughts on the trade deadline stuff. One of the key ones I think was that Shaheed going to, the guy from New Orleans going out to Seattle. I think that was a real big pickup out there for those guys. It gives them another weapon, and Smith and Jigba is going to give him more openness, I believe, because of the more targets Darnold's going to have.
Yeah, I think it was a good move. I mean, I haven't seen Shaheed do much because the Saints suck, and they really haven't had anybody throw him the ball. So I'll see how, I'm interested to see how he does. Seattle's a good story. I mean, they're winning a lot of games that no one would have saw this start coming. I wonder how long it's going to last because I still think they're the forgotten team sometimes. Like when I saw they only had one loss, I'm like, wait, what? I was like confused. Like I kind of forgot about them. I knew they were solid, but as I mentioned, I don't think there's any like top teams right now. We thought the Colts were kind of the last ones, and they showed that they aren't perfect last week. Something about Seattle, I think they're very good. I don't. If you would tell me they have a better chance than like the Lions or the Rams to contend for the NFC Championship against Philly, I think you're crazy. I do. I just don't see them as like a big-time playoff contender. But as far as winning right now, yeah, they're winning. They're making it happen, and their offense is super exciting. So got to tip your cap.
We'll find out. We'll find out pretty quick. I mean, they got the Rams. They're contending with the Rams for that division, and that's going to be a war, I believe. I mean, they really showed something the other night. Now, Washington, who they played on, was it Monday night or Sunday night? Mm-hmm. I'll tell you something. Daniels, he reminds me of a lot of these kids that are so fast and so talented, arm strength and the whole 9 yards, but they're skeletons. They don't have any meat on their bones. And they get out there in the NFL and they can't survive. And that's kind of what Daniels looks like to me. He's got an elbow now, and he had a knee, and it's just like a skeleton during Halloween when the fucking wind blows. It just something breaks off of the kid. But it's a shame. But you got to have a little beef on you in the NFL, to survive. It's just too many guys go down when they're not strong enough to handle it. And I'm not saying he's that talented. Jesus Christ, he's unbelievable. But we want him on the football field, and he's going to be gone again for. They haven't even said. They're still diagnosing this elbow, but no, Seattle played a hell of a football game, got a jump on them, and totally won. Now, does that show how strong Seattle is, or does that show how bad Washington is right now? So we'll see. We'll see on Seattle.
Yeah, I don't think Washington's good. I mentioned their defense. I thought was a wreck. Now that I think Jaden's done for the season. To be honest with you, as serious as that was, and they're 3-6. Unless they really turn that around with Mariota, why put him back in there? What's the point of that? Your franchise quarterback. So I think it's a lost season for them. I think it's just it was a weird vibe, coming into the season, NFC Championship, last year, beat the shit out of the Lions in the divisional and got wrecked by the Eagles in the NFC Championship, but you're building off of that. And yeah, they just they haven't looked great. And Jaden, again, dealing with injuries and now a big-time injury. People are getting after Dan Quinn about keeping him in the game. It was a blowout, pretty much done already. You know, I don't know if I agree with that. I go back and forth on it because, well, it's kind of you let your stars play if they want to play type of deal. Like, I mean, it's more of you see starters get pulled if their own team's up, but you don't always see the starter of the other team get taken out, I feel like. And, you know, it's always the benefit of hindsight. People are like, "Oh, I told you, what an idiot!" But like, how many times have you seen that?
Hindsight's 20/20.
How many times have you seen that not happen for a starter staying in there? It's just a freak injury. You know what I mean? So
right. Did you ever hear Parcells' line on that?
No.
He said the fans were bitching about, "What are you taking? What are you keeping him in the game for? He got injured." Blah, 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 blah. And Parcells goes, "I'll tell you something. Let me know who's going to get injured, and I'll take him out for you. How about that?"
Yeah, no shit. You know? It's like, and that's the thing is people like really take that as like, "Oh, I was correct." I'm like, okay, no one ever would have known when these injuries happen. Like, you can't blame the coach. No. Like, yeah, maybe you could have taken him out, but like a lot of times they don't. It's just kind of the way it is. It's just, so he was getting slammed on, you know, fucking social media too, as a cesspool, as we know. And I thought that was kind of a weird take. I mean, he even took the brunt of it. I remember he took the responsibility and said that I should have taken him out, but I don't know. I mean, the right move is to take him out, obviously, but again, it's because of what happened. There's such a spotlight on it that's why he's getting crushed for it. So it is. It's football. It is what it is. You know.
On the other hand, they could have stood there. Fans could have said, "Hey, you got to give him some reps. The guy's been out a lot. Get him some reps in there." You know, whatever. It's just, come on.
I will say, you know, it brings up an interesting point about how football, let's say the quarterback position out of any sport, if your quarterback gets hurt, your season could be done. Is there any other position in sports that you think it could have completely, you know, unravel your season? And I'm not saying like it won't affect it, but the quarterback is everything to a football team. You know what I mean? Like, it just, everything that has to do with the offense, the feel of the team, the chemistry. If a baseball player gets hurt, yeah, it sucks if your number 3 hitter gets hurt, but you have other guys there to pick it up and you can win some games. Basketball, if your superstar gets knocked out, of course it sucks, but you should have some role players that can probably step in and help. Like, am I wrong? If quarterback gets hurt, there's no other comparison, right?
Well, you're on to something. I mean, quarterback is probably the number one that you can't be without. But I think basketball, because there's only 5 players on the court, you know, and a lot of teams aren't that deep. Maybe they only go 7 or 8 deep. One key guy, I don't care what position it's at, you know, can really make a big difference in basketball because there's not that many guys, especially like a point guard or a center, you know. The other guys, shooting guard and the other 2 forwards in basketball are pretty much interchangeable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a point guard or a center would probably be close to not exactly a level of a quarterback, but I think that'd be a close second.
Yeah, totally random thought. I thought that was kind of an interesting discussion. But anyway, all right. Let's see. Alex says start 3 running backs: Achane, Dowdle, Judkins, Warren, ETN. That's from George Lewis Golf. George, you got to go Achane, no doubt. You got to go Dowdle at this point, no doubt.
You got to go Dowdle, yeah.
And they're playing the Saints this week. I wouldn't even look at the matchup, but yeah, I would go Dowdle and Achane, and then probably Judkins without looking. I mean, Cleveland has, who they playing? The Jets? Yeah, there you go. I mean, it's your top 3. Achane, Dowdle, and Judkins. That's it.
There you go.
Yeah, I think that's easy. Let's see. Sutton and Brees or Judkins and A.J. Brown. That's from YKTV. Are you talking about a trade, I guess? Or who to start? Sutton and Brees or Judkins and A.J. Brown. Probably a trade. I would probably lean towards Judkins and A.J. Brown. To me, I think A.J. Brown has a little bit better or higher ceiling than Sutton. I know he can kind of go away at times, but I don't think Sutton's had a standout year. And I'm higher on Judkins than Brees, so I'd probably take Judkins and A.J. Brown. But it's not a bad comparison. That's not too far off.
And I'd take, if he's talking about this week, I'd take it this week too. Same thing.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know if he means he's got all those people on his own team, or if he's talking about a trade, like some of the description on what's going on here would be ideal and some of the background on it. Nolan says, do I trade Brees and Shakir for CD? Everybody's like trying to trade Brees right now. I think
it's in every comment. Yeah.
It's in every comment. Well, there was something that came out like all his teammates are gone, and he was like pretty fired up about it. You know what I mean? Like I think he wanted to get traded himself, and he's like, now I'm the last guy kind of hanging here. And I wonder I don't know if that'll affect his play. It does worry me with my own team, but I think everybody's trying to kind of, jump ship here and see if they can get something for him at this point. But I don't know. I mean, the good thing is they still got to give him the ball. You still got, oh man, well, who's the receiver? The receiver from Ohio State, losing my mind. It's been such a long day. Garrett Wilson. Still got Wilson on that offense too.
Yep.
Let's see. We're gonna probably wrap this one up soon, guys. Again, long week. Just kind of dragging here. Let's see. Collins or Pittman? That's from Bones. Nico, I think, did okay last week. I didn't really see much from Pittman. I'll go ahead and take Nico. I'm kind of gonna die on that hill that Nico's gonna have a good second half of the year. That's kind of where I'm at. Nolan says
Indy's playing overseas this week too, TJ.
Playing against your Atlanta Falcons. Is it in London?
No, I gave them away. They're out for adoption. Anybody wants them can have them.
And guess what they did last week? They covered, didn't they? They sure did. They almost won.
I wouldn't know because I don't even think they're in the league anymore.
Easiest pick of my life last week, and guess what? We hit again. It's unbelievable. You fade Big
That's
Web
because I stayed off it. I get the credit. I stayed the fuck off them.
I might bet them every week for the rest of my life if you really don't bet them again. You're gonna bet them again next year. It's just this year. See, yeah.
And I don't mean to get my blood pressure up, but go ahead, Atlanta. Just win the whole goddamn. Go ahead.
They might just I don't think they're good enough to win. I think they're good enough just to cover for me. I think it's fantastic.
They can cover, but it's a worst coach in the history of the fucking NFL. Anyway.
Let's see. Trade Brees and Shakir for CD? ? I don't know if you answered this. I wasn't here. Sorry if you did. No, I don't think we did. Another Brees question. Yeah, that's an easy one. Easy one. Take CD for sure.
Yeah.
That's easy. Yeah. No doubt. Let's see. Would you trade Daniel Jones, Nico, Collins, and Achane for JT? Oh my God, for one player? I already have Cook, Javonte, Rice, Pittman, and Garrett Wilson. That's from Lucian.
Well, who's his quarterback then?
That's a good question. You must already have another backup quarterback. I'm not worried about that as much as you. Achane's a really good running back you're giving up, and Nico. I have Dart. Yeah, Dart's his starter. I get why you don't need Daniel Jones, but I don't even count Daniel Jones toward this. My whole thing is you're giving up a top 5 running back in fantasy, if I'm not mistaken, and at least he is in my dynasty league, and in Achane, and then Nico is, I think, going to have a good second half. JT's great. He's top 3, but get another receiver, dude. Get a lower end, at least a wide receiver 2. I really don't have any names off the top of my head, but that's probably what I'd go for. I just think you're giving up too much.
Nico's got your buddy throwing to him now because what's his name's out.
Oh yeah, Davis Mills now. Yeah, my
Davis
guy.
Mills. Yeah. One caller said he's going to be the rookie of the year or something.
MVP. He's going to break the passing record. That's what he said. And I'm like, are you on something? Like what are we talking about? And he never called back. Shocker. He had the hot take of the century. He goes, he's going to win MVP. He's going to break the passing record.
$100. I bet you $100.
I think I did bet him money, and of course, I never heard from him again. Shocker. Can't believe that didn't happen.
So how long is Stroud out, buddy? I didn't know.
I truly do not know. I couldn't even tell you what his injury is. I was so focused on the other games, and I haven't seen anything. So I should know that, but I do not. I'm gonna look it up as we speak. I saw him go out, and I saw what's his nuts finish the game. He had a concussion. That's right, concussion. So he is out week 10 against the Jags. So it is Davis Mills this week, no doubt.
Just concussion for a week to week or something. Okay,
I believe so. He's definitely out this week, is what they're saying on NFL.com. Let's see. DJ says big Lions fan just to stumble on Sunday. Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I mean, that's what worries me about the Lions every single Sunday. It's kind of the way the NFL is. You just don't know how great they can be, or you know how great they can be, but you don't know if they're going to be great every Sunday. It's just a shitty game. The Packers game in the start of the season, I understood that a little bit. Like, it sucked that we got our ass kicked against our division rival. And they look so good at Lambeau. Now they lost to the Browns outright and the Panthers, Big Web. Can you imagine saying that at the beginning of the season, that the Packers would lose to those two teams? But the Lions have just, they had an opportunity. It's a division game, so it's never easy. But, I mean, JJ played good enough. The offense looked really just subpar. They kept running Gibbs through the tackles. Like, I don't understand. Like,
that's my issue right there. I mean, I understand what he's saying. It's a stumble. Just get past it, turn the page. But what was up with the misuse of Gibbs in that football game?
And they stopped using him. Like, I understand trying to go through the tackles. Like, you can't run outside the tackles all the time, even though, like, that's how if he gets loose, that's why he's so dangerous. But the thing is, like, you can't run him inside tackles, and he can't get any yardage, and you keep doing the same damn things. It's over and over. Like, understand what you're doing. Like, I don't know what the play call was all about.
Pass,
yeah, and then they just took him out and left Monty in there, and it's like, okay, like, we're just gonna not put our number one running back in the game because we can't utilize him correctly. Like, I was very confused by that. And then every offensive lineman fucking got hurt basically on Sunday. That was brutal.
They were targeting J-Mo a lot. They were trying to put something together for J-Mo, but man, you gotta keep using Gibbs. It's frustrating, man. Very frustrating.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, we'll turn the page. We'll chalk it up. But come on, don't do that 2 weeks in a row. Give the kid the football. He's like tops in the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it just, Mahogany got hurt at some point. Decker got hurt. Sewell went out. He came back in. Fucking Tate Ratledge got hurt. I mean, literally every offensive lineman except Glasgow got hurt on Sunday. And I was just like, what the fuck? It was just, yeah. What else can happen? Here's the one bright spot that happened. Terrion Arnold came back from injury, had a great game. He actually looked like a real NFL corner, which was awesome because he's been kind of subpar since we got him in the draft last year. But yeah, they're getting more defensive help. Yeah, their defense played okay. Still got a lot of injuries. But yeah, it was just offense did not look good. Absolutely not.
Did they do anything at the trade deadline at all?
No, I saw someone else mention that in the chat. I forgot to get to it. They're Lions fans and saying we're toast because we didn't do anything. I don't really know what you wanted them to go do. I mean, I guess get some more secondary help because, there's been a lot of injuries. But, I mean, everybody's supposed to be back, I believe, in a few weeks, like fully healthy for the secondary. So I don't know what's really needed. It's just more of backups at this point. I don't know how serious Decker's injury was. He was the one that I was a little worried about. But everybody else seemed like they're fine. And I mean, what else would you replace on that team? I don't know really what else you
don't know. You don't know what was going on behind the scenes. Maybe they had their eyes on some things. They made the phone calls and they couldn't get them done. Maybe the other guy wanted more pieces than they were willing to give up. Doesn't mean they weren't digging in and trying. It's just that the right deal didn't come. But no, they got a hell of a roster and a hell of a team. And they're, if they can stay healthy, especially on the offensive and defensive lines, which we found out from the Lions are huge. All teams, it's important. But when you got that kind of skill players on offense, you got to give your quarterback some time. And then defensively, you see the difference that Hutchinson's making being back in that lineup. So, yeah, got to stay healthy on the lines for sure.
Yeah, 100%. It's just, you can see the difference, too, in the team when they just look lost. And when they look lost early and it continues through at least 2 quarters, like, they're going to struggle. And that's what worries me. I mean, how many times has this team looked dominant in this season, too, by the way? Like, the Ben Johnson thing has nothing to do with it. We've proven that they can score, they can score at will without him. They still have a lot of razzle dazzle. There's just games where they just throw up fucking duds, and like again, they've done it. They did it in the playoffs last season. I mean, that Commanders game was a dud game. A terrible time to have a dud game, so get them out of the way now. But you wonder how that happens. It's just they look lost, and I get you're not going to win every game, but there's like there's a vibe that you can tell they're not going to win, or it's going to be a real battle to get close to winning.
And part of that, a big part of that vibe is penalties, and you see him get so frustrated, and it's just a pattern, and it doesn't stop. It just keeps getting deeper and deeper, and Goff will get sacked, and a lineman will go down, and then all of a sudden you're back and you get a big first down, then we'll get a fucking 15-yard penalty, and it's just they just kind of keep kicking themselves at times. So, but they're always every week they're ready to go though. So I wouldn't count them out of any game.
Well, now the NFC North is like really fun. So the Bears have that like crazy miracle win against the Bengals. They're 5-3. The Lions are 5-3. The Packers are 5-2-1, and now the Vikings are 4-4. So everybody's within 2 games of each other, and this is exactly what people like were waiting for. When this was the discussion last year and the year before of like all these teams are going to be close, and the Bears really didn't pan out for a long time, and now it's kind of happening. You know what I mean? Like Minnesota's the one team I'm kind of waiting for. I don't know. I still don't know about J.J. McCarthy. I'm not there yet, but he's good enough to get something done. That division could get crazy at the end of the year. By the way, there's an opportunity for me. Maybe I put it maybe at a 25% chance I go to this game. But Lions at Bears, Week 18, could be division circumstances. Could be playoff circumstances going on. That'd be a fun one for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to happen, but it's going to get weird in this division. It's going to get weird.
It's at Chicago?
It's at Chicago. Yeah. The Lions already beat the brakes off of them in Detroit, so they'll have that part, kind of on their shoulders a little bit, waiting to make us feel it. But also it could be for I still think the Bears are going to shit the bed, but like they're close. This could be all the way till Week 18, and the Packers also have to bow out. But God, the way they've looked. I mean, Captain Fat's in here, like he's all fired up. I'll see you on Thanksgiving, Webb. Bring your bitch ass wherever, fucking Packers. I don't care. We'll play you guys right now. You kidding me? You lost to the fucking Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. Like Captain Fat, talk your shit, whatever, first place. But like, my God, I mean, those are the 2 worst losses of all time. Like, my God.
I'll tell you something else, Fat. If they wear them stupid navy blue jerseys again with the damn brown leather fake ass helmets, I told Zook, burn them some bitches after this game.
Yeah,
it was so bad.
I'm kind of a fan of those, to be honest with you. I like the old school feel, like they're trying something different. Like it's not like the Steelers like bumblebees. Those are bad. I don't mind the old school. I really don't.
I'm like, show me the record in those things, because I was just about to vomit the way they lost to Pipsqueak over there with those things on. So
Captain Fat says, "Hey, now those are the best jerseys. I have one." So he's backing up his jersey.
Do
there.
You really?
He
wow,
does.
Fat. Yeah. Unreal. What number, Fat?
What number, Fat? 3 touchdowns away from 8-0. I mean, what are we really going to do this? Like, are we going to be like, oh, if we would have scored 80 more points, we might have won the last 3 games? Like, yeah, no shit. Like, it's all, you can say what ifs all you want. It's fine. It's just, you've lost 2 games to 2 of the worst teams in the NFL. What does that tell you? Not a Super Bowl contender, in my opinion, Big Web. I don't know. That's just me. But I'm just a simple fan that understands matchups. I love you, Captain Fat, by the way. This is what we like. It's like guys coming back in, stirring it up a little bit. We got Packers fans in the chat. Dude. We got Lions fans in the chat. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I love this comment from Save Ferris. Also love the name. Jordan Love is the 4th best quarterback in the North. Wow, I like that take. Take that one, Captain Fat. You like that? Is that actually? That's not true. That's not true. Who would you put? How would you rank the quarterbacks in the NFC North, Big Web? I guess rank them on who you would want to have on your team.
I definitely want Jerry on my team.
He's number 1.
He's number 1.
Okay.
I would put. Oh my God! Now it's tough because I don't like JJ and I don't like Love.
Yeah.
So that leaves Chicago.
Caleb. Yeah.
God, man.
Mm.
I can't put Love there. I can't put Love there. No, he's disappointed me too many times, and you know how I am about being disappointed.
Yeah.
Give me Caleb second.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Love third, and JJ fourth.
I think I'm with you. And I'm talking about right now. This is a bigger discussion. Maybe this is off-season discussion. For right now, Goff is one. Then I'd probably take Caleb, as you mentioned. Then, actually, you know what? I'm not doing this. Goff, Love, Caleb, JJ. Caleb's got all the fucking talent in the world, but God, he's had some weird moments this year. I'm waiting to see if he can be consistent. He's on a consistent run right now. We'll see if it continues. That's all I'm going to say. I've been a hater for a long time. He's proven me wrong. Let's see what happens in the long run. That's all I'll say.
Here's a good synopsis of Love, and I'm curious if Fat agrees. You know, you see, very talented guy. He seems to make the right physical moves on the field, but I think he's missing it up here.
Yeah.
As far as putting it together, setting
Jordan
up
Love, you think
plays
he said?
Yeah.
I think he's smart. I think he's a smart player. I mean, I think it's different.
Some of his decision making at times is questionable. That's what I'm saying.
So like I'm with you, but I think Zook is a Packers fan. He's on our program. If you're new to the show. And he mentioned on Sunday how Love is very good, but he just doesn't have that dog in him like Aaron Rodgers did. You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference. It's that competitor type of mentality. Like, I think he's a competitor, but it's like, I don't know. There's certain guys that are just kind of like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, in a good way. Like that's my guy. Or Aaron Rodgers is one of those guys. Tom Brady was for sure one of those guys. It's just, it's this thing with a quarterback where they're a little bit like just off the wall crazy, but they're so good. You know what I mean? Like in different ways. I think Love is very talented. It's just you're right. I don't see him making spectacular plays all the time. Let's say that.
I remember an interview with him when it was his very first year when Rodgers was out of the picture and he was going to start. And it might have even been preseason, but they talked to him, and I listened to that interview, and I got done listening to it, and I think I might have called you or told somebody. I said, look, this guy has no swagger like a quarterback. He doesn't seem like a leader. Mm-hmm. He doesn't, that's what I thought he was missing, and I think you're alluding to the same thing.
Yeah. No, I think he's very good. It's just, you know how there's certain quarterbacks you're like always like, yep, he can win a Super Bowl every year. Like, he's got the talent to do it. Mahomes, for sure. He's done it 3 times. I would put Josh Allen in that category as far as ability. I know the joke is he can't make it there, but I think he has the ability. I think, obviously, Jalen Hurts is one of those guys. I think Lamar is one of those guys. Again, ability-wise. I don't put Jordan Love in that category. I don't put Goff in that category. I think he's good enough to win a Super Bowl, but he doesn't have to do too much. You know what I mean? Like, he's one of those guys. If you're talking about a guy that 100% you can lean on to get the job done, it's Patrick Mahomes, it's Josh Allen, it's Lamar Jackson, it's Jalen Hurts.
Matt Stafford.
He had a great surrounding cast, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying the Chiefs didn't. I'm trying to make the point of, like, it doesn't matter who's with him. He'll make it work, type of thing. Like, I love Goff. He's my guy. I think he's a phenomenal quarterback. He's not a Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Those guys are another level. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
you agree with that? I mean, like, I don't know if I'm making sense, but
Mahomes and Lamar are different. They got escapability. Josh has a crazy kind of escapability where he, for a slower guy and more of a pocket passer, he can still move. He can still get down the field and get away from things, whereas Trevor Lawrence wants to be that, but he can't do it.
Yeah.
He can never his timing's off. He never picks the right time to fucking go.
Right.
Josh has got natural ability to know when to get the fuck out of the pocket and get moving.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you on those guys. But Matthew's getting a little older now, but he's really proven, and it's neat this year that he's still keeping it going. But I agree. He's not at that same level as those other three. You got the top three right there.
Real quick, we'll read some comments. Captain Fat says, "Oh, come on, we cannot be serious with Caleb. Love is number two all the way in the NFC North as far as quarterbacks go. I'll admit Goff is good." And then Say Ferris going back and forth with him saying Love will prove mid. Big Web, that's what the cool kids say now is mid, which means not.
I'm all over that.
I'm sure you know it. Oh, yeah. I actually think you do know that. And then Captain Fat says he needs to be consistent. And then Say Ferris thinks Caleb will become a version of Mahomes / Josh Allen / Lamar Jackson. We'll see. That's a little early.
Fat, I hope you're right. I hope you're right, Fat, because we're going to be watching. I'm a little bit of a Packers fan. I like to pick them from time to time, and we need solid quarterback play, so I hope you're right. We'll see.
I hope you're wrong because I am not a Packers fan. Big Web, we have a voicemail. It is from Anonymous. This could be anything. I'm trusting this anonymous person. Would you like to hear it?
You. Sure.
All right, here we go.
Hey, guys. This is Cowboy, the perennial disappointed Cowboys fan. I was just going to hop on and talk to y'all. I ain't got to talk to y'all this year. It's old news, but we traded Parsons for Kenny Clark, and then Stephen Jones gets on the radio and says he's going to be our run stopper. It's going to fix our run defense, and you see how that went. And then hopefully the trade for Quentin Williams, and then what's his name from the Jets or from the Bengals, the linebacker. Hopefully they can do something, but turns out it's going to be another typical year, but I guess I'm going to keep on watching because that's what we do. But it's good to talk to y'all. Holler at you next time.
Appreciate it, Cowboy. You guys leave a voicemail from the50.com. Yeah, he's a great guy. He's been calling in for 2-3 years. He's
diehard. He sure sounded disappointed that time, though, did he?
Yeah, he used to have a lot more energy when talking about the Cowboys. I can see why not as of late. They're a weird team. I mean, they just show early in the season they'd showed so many signs of just being a contender. What I mean contender-wise is at least making the playoffs and possibly making a run. And now they're at a point where they're just kind of blah. I mean, they're 3-5-1, Big Web. Can you believe that? Yeah. Like the way you saw them early in the season?
They're directly part of Big Web's free fall. They were in both free fall weeks I've had here last two, and they were scoring so many damn points, and the offense was clicking so good. I was like, nobody's going to stop these guys. Oh yeah, they stopped themselves. Who the fuck stopped them?
Yeah,
they stopped themselves.
Yeah.
So no, it's they're an interesting team this year, and they're managed by a cookpot. TJ, cookpot.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I mean, you don't like. You're talking about Jerry Jones, not Brian Schottenheimer.
All the way at the top. All the way at the top. He's a whack job.
Yeah. Jerry's an interesting cat. I don't know what's going to happen with them. I like the Quentin Williams trade, but they still gave up a first-round pick. Like, again, you're getting an impact guy on defense that you had in Parsons. You're going to give up another first-round pick. I don't know. I'm just round and round we go. I still don't know why they didn't pay Parsons. It's obviously not working for them. As Cowboy mentioned, they tried to figure out the run D a little bit, stop the run. That has definitely not happened this year. We'll see. It's the Cowboys. I really don't. I could not care any less about the Cowboys. It's just, it kind of is what it is. Big Web, we have to go over our parlay before we get out of here. It's our Thursday night 3-teamer or 2-teamer, which actually has 3 teams. Last week, we did not do very well.
How many did we get?
I believe we got 1. Did the under even hit 51.5? Is that correct? Do you think?
I'm going to look because that's very important to know what we did.
It is important. I know for sure we missed 2 of them. Lamar
28-6 Ravens beat the Dolphins. Sorry.
What was the final score?
28-6.
Okay, so the under did hit. Lamar 25 rushing yards did not happen, and Derrick Henry missed a touchdown by a yard. So that did not hit.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yep. So I did a little studying, TJ.
Okay.
Looking at tomorrow night's contest, and I'm going to let you knock one of these three out. I mean, I know you're going to have your own picks, but let's see if we merge on the same stuff.
Okay.
So I got 4 of them here. You can knock one out.
Okay.
Austin Genty rushing yards. I bought it down to 40 yards.
What was his name again?
Ashton.
Austin Genty was what I heard.
That's his brother. His brother's not playing this week.
Then why'd you mention him?
Genty.
Okay.
Ashton Gentry, 40.
Over 40 rushing yards?
Over 40 rushing yards. Yeah.
Okay. What else you got?
And his yards are really more like 60.
Yeah.
Denver Broncos minus 2.5 is all. Just 2.5. They're at home.
I love that with a capital L.
Okay. Bo Nix over 220. He's averaging 219 for the year.
Yes, I do like that as well.
Brock Bowers over 50 receiving yards.
Okay. What do we got odds-wise?
Real numbers. Plus 335 for those 4, but we like to bet 3 in this bet, so you can knock something out. Or come up with your own.
It's low, but I just don't like the Genty play. I'm big on Denver. I think Bo 220 is pretty good. I think Bowers is all day. I think they are. It's the perfect storm for a fantasy owner. It's the perfect storm for a yards and receptions over better for him because I think the Raiders suck. Sorry, the Raiders suck, and he's one of their only bright spots. And now that he's back full go, dude, they're going to give him 12 targets a game. So I love that with over 50. Good.
So we'll go Denver minus 2.5. Buy them way down. We need to get a one in the winner's circle here.
Yeah.
Receiver going to go with Bowers.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Bowers at 50. Okay.
Okay.
And then we're going with we're getting rid of Genty.
Bo over 220.
Bo over 220.
Yeah.
Plus 218. What do you think?
This is where I get myself in trouble. It's not enough, but I like it.
Not enough. You want to buy Denver up and get the money up?
That's what I was gonna say, but this is where we get tricky. You want my honest opinion on this thing?
Sure, I always do.
I think Denver can win this game by a touchdown, but I don't want to. Here you go. Here's me being smart, even though this might not hit either. I take 6.5. But just in case they win by 6, because you know how weird shit can happen when they don't win by 7, give me 5.5. Denver minus 5.5.
Okay, you're not going to like these odds.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Plus 264. You're only gaining like 30 points.
The fuck?
Yeah.
That ain't nothing.
It was 284 with minus 6.5.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
But I like where you're going with this analytics bullshit and going down to 5.5. I like that a little bit.
Well, I think they're a way better team than the Raiders, and they're in Denver. The regular spread's 10, and I do think they're just going to win the game. But the thing is, like, that gives me no odds there. That's not worth it.
Caller Mikey chimes in, says 8.5 is too much. So I don't know what he's looking at. Probably looking at Blue Book or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one he's looking at.
I tell you something. I'm all over it. I'm with you because Denver played a hell of a football game and a hell of a team that was on fire in Houston last week away from home, and they got that win. Now they're at home against Geno. I don't care. Let's take 9.5. I don't care.
You know what? What was it? Let's not overdo this. We do this is where we get in trouble, and then let's be happy with what we get. What were the odds again with 5.5?
Plus 264.
That's plenty. You know what? That's plenty. That's plenty. I'm not gonna do this because every time I do this and I start thinking,
hoop, man. Let's get.
Well, I'm like, let's get above 300, and then of course, like we take it up and it loses by 0.5 point. So fuck it. I feel great about this, and it's over 2.5 to 1. I think that's okay. I do.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So there's our 2-pick parlay with 3 teams. Thursday night pick. We have Bo Nix over 220 passing. We have Denver Broncos minus 5.5, and we have Brock Bowers over 50 receiving yards.
Yeah, I love that.
Plus 264. 100 base, 364.
I'm taking Denver in my survivor pool. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty here. I'm losing teams. I'm losing opportunities to play good teams. I like Denver this week. I just hope they don't screw me because I've been kind of against them all year. Like every time they've been kind of opposite. But I feel like this is a spot for them. But could be wrong. I don't know. You know,
let me tell you something. The way the league's going this year and this parity's going this year, I think everybody taking cash and putting it across that counter and getting that ticket back saying, I like this bet, but I hope they don't screw me. And I hope they don't screw me. And I hope they don't screw me.
Yeah,
so,
100%.
We're all on the same boat right here.
Barry says, please repeat the 3-team parlay. So it is 3-leg parlay plus 264. We took Denver down to minus 5.5. Bo Nix over 220 passing yards, and Brock Bowers over 50 receiving yards, plus 264. Yes, they're all alt numbers, just so you know. Barry, let me know if you missed that or didn't understand. But yes, Denver minus 5.5, Bo Nix over 220 passing, Bowers over 50 yards receiving, plus 264 for those three. There you go.
And we've been doing this bet for 2 weeks, and we're 1-1.
We're 1-1. We're 1-1. Yeah. I do. Last week sucked, but I will say we were 1 yard away from hitting 2 out of 3. I mean, again, it's a lot of what ifs, but we also, and it's on me. I think I said we should do it, but we took Lamar over 25 rushing after he came off of injury. That was dumb. But what are you gonna do? We make dumb decisions sometimes. It is what it is.
Yeah. No, that was hindsight thought, but we didn't know how healthy he was or was not. But it does make sense that they would corral him a little bit for that first week. But it's all good, all good.
Captain Fat says, "What does Bowers' touchdown give you in that?" See, I think we're getting a little too cute. He did have 3 last game. I think he'll get a lot of red.
Fat's a big fan, TJ. I'm gonna go ahead and get cute for Fat and give him a number.
Clip that. You're going to get cute for Fat and give him a number or your number? Is that what I heard?
I'm not giving him my number.
I'm going to get cute with Fat and give him a number. That's what I just heard.
Give him he wants a number.
That was around 57,
Anytime
52.
Plus 180 takes it up to 800. You're going to love this, Fat. Bo Nix over 220. Brock Bowers anytime. Denver minus 5.5 and Brock Bowers over 50 pace. Plus 800.
Plus 800?
That's awesome. Plus 800 with Brock scoring a touchdown.
That's anytime.
That might be onto something here.
Anytime touchdown?
Anytime.
Okay, here's what we're going to do.
Absolutely.
The 3-legger that we mentioned is the bet. We're not fucking with it. That's the official bet. But if you want to sprinkle a little 10, 15 bucks on something else, throw the touchdown in there. Can we agree with that? We're not making the official play with the touchdown.
I like that. Fat, you're a good man. You're getting us somewhere. I like that. I like that.
He's fired up in the chat. This is good. I like that too. Fat's he's an OG, man. He's been in this chat for a long time. Start getting involved in the what do you call it? The voicemails, Fat. We'd love to hear from you, man. Every Sunday we'll play it. If you're live from a tailgate for the Packers, we'd love to hear from you. It'd be great. That'd be ideal.
Actually, can we write that on the board, TJ, and we'll give Fat a shout out on Sunday when he hits that.
Yeah, we'll write it on the board. We'll have it. I have it on my handy dandy little notepad here, really official.
Oh my God, it's official.
Note.
That's a big deal right there.
Right here,
that's a big deal.
Sticky notes, official, right there. You don't see anything crossed out or nothing. I do have that ready to rock. So we will talk about that if he hits. We will discuss it.
All right. Thank you, Fat.
Big Web, anything else before we wrap this up? I need to go to bed.
I understand, buddy. It's middle of the week. We're hardworking people during the day. We're hardworking people at night. Let's get some rest, and we'll see you on Sunday.
That's it. Big Web, also, I'm looking into possibly trying to make some shirts that say, don't bet the house, bet the doghouse. So I'll see if we can get that rolling.
Perfect.
Yeah,
love it.
That'd be exciting for the people. All right, guys, thanks so much. If you're new to the show, please hit the follow button. We'll be live again on Sunday morning from 9:30 a.m. Central all the way up until 11. But that'll do it for Big Web. I'm TJ Weber saying so long. We'll see you guys on Sunday. We'll see you for Sunday kickoff, Week 10.